Do you even laugh with your gut? That's what somebody asked Nikki Bella. Do you remember that?
Not really.
Oh, they're like, you're a traitor. You don't even laugh with your gut. Who are you? You even
I'm
get
sad.
happy?
Are we starting? Is this the beginning of the podcast?
Yeah, we can start. That's it.
I I'm sorry to see Nikki Bella go.
Same.
But she just announced that she's gonna return to the WWE.
Well, that's very exciting.
Yeah. She hasn't wrestled a
Solo?
match in years. Yeah, I guess so. Brie is, she's married with kids now.
Yeah. Well, Nikki has kids. She said, I'm excited to go home to my son.
Yeah, I know, but Nikki also like just got like beat up by her husband and like she's getting a divorce and
Really?
yeah, she had some like domestic abuse situation. So she's probably feeling like I need to do something for myself. I gotta feel strong again. Yeah, I'll go win the fucking women's title again.
Wow. Who's got it now? Bailey?
Well, there's always two, because
Right,
the
right, right.
SmackDown and Raw. Rhea Ripley's got one, and Tiffany Stratton as the other.
Wow, Tiffany Stratton. All right. Well, we lost
She
Robin.
used her Money in the Bank briefcase to win it from Nia Jax.
Oh, I
Yeah, yeah.
I always love that. That's like the most exciting thing in wrestling. Money in the
Oh,
Bank
it's
briefcase.
awesome. Yeah.
I remember CM Punk did it once. Pick this
Seth
motherfucker up.
Seth
GTS, win the
Rollins
title.
doing it in the main event of WrestleMania is maybe the greatest moment in wrestling history.
Who did he do it to?
Uh, it was a
Brock Lesnar?
match. Yeah, I think Brock was the champion. Roman was challenging for it in the main event, and Seth just like fucking came out and used his Money in the Bank briefcase, walked out with the title. They
Yeah.
called it the heist of the century.
Wow. That's pretty big to be the heist of the century.
Yeah, yeah.
They gotta mean it. But were you sad we lost Robin?
No,
Hmm. All right.
it's
Well,
whatever. I'm sad we lost Nikki, but I'm fine with Robin. Uh, but hey Logan, remember last week when you were like, Rob did that move too fast, and now they're gonna all mobilize against him and get
I
Rob
think it'll
out.
still happen like next week, probably.
All right, listen, but he didn't get a single vote this week
I think
at
the
the round
thing
table.
I think the thing with Rob is you can't vote for him unless you know he's going home. So you don't
That's
want to
because he's
you don't
great because he
but
has good defense.
but you don't want to be the one vote for him. But I think this week, I mean, even Danielle was like, I got to take out Carolyn, my other traitor, to get a better traitor in here to take out Rob.
Well,
The insurrection is happening.
Danielle has proven this week that she's fucking terrible at this.
She did. Do you watch the challenges
Yeah,
when she was
I
like,
watched the whole show.
okay, she
Oh my god. Yeah, her whole thing where like she didn't put her picture up
and
and
she took Derek's down
took
like her
Derek's
big brother
down
ally.
and then she answered another question, put Derek's back up.
What the fuck is that?
It was fucking awful.
That's a traitor. That is a
Yeah.
traitor.
That is a traitor. She is terrible at this. Why is it that Survivor players and challenge players thrive
I've talked about
at the
this.
traders, but Big Brother players are terrible at it. Dan Giesling and now Danielle
And
Reyes
Cody Calafiore.
and Cody, so, some of the greatest Big Brother players ever. Is it that they're not used to a condensed game like this? They're used to having a lot of time to think it
It's
through, figure it
possible.
out.
But I talked about when Dan was voted out that Big Brother is a game where of secrets. Like whoever is keeping the most secrets and whoever knows the most information is likely going to win that game because they just know the most. They know how to play their hand better. And in the traders, it's a game of being upfront and honest and telling everybody everything you know. And that's just not who these great Big Brother players are. That's not who
But
Dan
Danielle
is.
Reyes and Dan Giesling were both traitors, not faithful.
I know, I know, but you have to pretend like you're faithful and you have to like say names. You have to be vocal and say things, and that's not what they're good at. They're good at keeping secrets.
But why is it that Danielle Reyes can keep her cards close to the vest for, 100 days of a Big Brother season, and here every morning at breakfast she sounds like a fucking maniac, like
She's just an overactor.
what is that?
I don't know. I don't know. She's overacting.
And
But
she
she's doing the
thinks she's
opposite of
really
what Dan
good.
did, where Dan was doing nothing. Like she's
Yeah,
doing too much and Dan did nothing. I think she's like reverse, like she's like overcorrecting from Dan,
it's true.
possibly.
Like Dan like had a poker face the entire time, and she's like has like a trillion tells, and which is better? Neither.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. We got a question. Who's better, Dan or Danielle? And I don't know.
Honestly,
Probably Danielle.
I think Dan. And
Dan was just
Dan was
giving nothing.
terrible.
He was giving
He,
no
I
names.
I know,
And then he
but
was like, Phaedra is the traitor.
Danielle is crazily bad. Like every scene, there is something horrible. She wants to get rid of Carolyn to get rid of Rob.
That I
She
hated that.
what?
Yeah, that was like some real like it when two people like to take out a showman, you like weaken them so you take out their partner. I always hate that move. If you could take out the
Yeah,
top guy, take him out. That
just do it.
way overthinking. That was like such a Big Brother thing. I really was not into that.
It's insane.
I
I
hope
mean, I mean,
Carolyn doesn't lose because Danielle because of that.
to me, I can't believe they haven't voted her in as a traitor yet. Like they voted Nikki in. Well, here I understand that because her weird friend in like her
Chriselle.
the yeah, like decided she thought Nikki was a traitor, and so everyone was like, well, if she thinks she's a traitor, she's got to be.
Yeah.
But no, Chriselle is just really stupid.
Yeah.
Um,
Because like Nikki made a face, right? Rob said that
yeah, they
Bob the
went
drag
back and
queen was
showed
coming
the
after
face,
you.
and it seemed completely natural to me.
Yeah, she was
Um,
just like surprised that happened.
yeah, she was just reacting to
It wasn't a
something.
guilty face. I don't know.
No, if you want to point at faces, how about every face Danielle Reyes has made this whole season?
Yeah, totally. And she had
She's
this
horrible in the challenges. She's horrible at breakfast. She's horrible in one-on-one
I feel like she
conversations.
doesn't talk in the
She's
round
horrible
table.
in group conversations.
Is
She
she
never talks in the round table. You're right.
she's never talked or what we see at least. And I thought she was really terrible in this conversation with Brittany where she's like Brittany, I think that Carolyn is the traitor. And Brittany says, no, 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 Carolyn could never be a traitor. And then this is a traitor move. Danielle pivots and says, well, Brittany, Carolyn said your name,
Yeah,
which then you're just trying to get her to target her, which means you're
agreed.
not going after the traitors. You're
I
just going
thought
after
that was
Carolyn.
terrible. I mean, basically, Danielle did the exact thing Rob did last week. Rob went into that round table, talked to a bunch of people beforehand, convinced them all that Bob the drag queen was a traitor. All right.
Yeah.
And then they all voted for Bob the drag queen and you got him out. All right. Successful move. Danielle this week, she talked to a bunch of people before the round table about Carolyn being a traitor. She was trying to convince people, and nobody was on her side. Like everyone she talked to, they were just like, "Nah, I don't think so."
It's so out of the blue. It's like the last person that people expected. It's so,
Yeah,
which would make sense if you're like, it's maybe it's the last person we expect, but then you're just
but no
grasping
one
at straws.
no one suspected Bob either. Rob smartly came up with reasons that would make them believe that.
Yeah.
Like she had nothing. She was just sort of like Carolyn. Hey,
She really, yeah, she made such a leap. And we got Dylan at the end telling Carolyn that, so that'll be fun next episode to see how Carolyn reacts to Danielle.
yeah,
I've never seen the trait. Well, there is
Dylan Efron.
Dylan Efron. I just call him Dylan. I treat him with respect. I don't feel like I have to say his last name. You know, I just call him Dylan. Uh, the only turret I can remember being this volatile is season 2 of Australia. They
Oh.
hate each other in that one, but and that's my favorite season. But here, they
Do you think the Danielle thing could bring Carolyn and Rob closer together.
Yes. Rob like talked to Carolyn and like seemed like he wanted to take her to the end. And I sort of buy that. He seems like the type of person that he would want to drag to the end, you know?
Yeah.
Like a Philip type or
Right, right. That Carolyn's his Philip.
okay, she seems like that. So I buy that. So it's possible. And then if you're at the end with Boston Rob, it's easy to say, "Hey, let's kick out Boston Rob. He's not a faithful." And even if he is a faithful, I don't want to get down to the end with him and risk it. That guy, because then I'd hate myself forever. People are gonna always ask me, "Hey, why'd you take Boston Rob to the end of the Traitors?" And I'd be like, "Good question. Why'd I fucking do that?" That's how I would think about these shows. I would never want to make myself look dumb, you know.
I think you can't be afraid to make yourself look dumb.
But I would vote. I would get myself down to the final two. I wouldn't take any chances of being in the top three or top four with people, like how CT and Trishelle did last season.
Oh, I see what you're
Find
saying.
one
Yeah,
person
yeah,
you
yeah.
trust.
Agree. I mean,
Eh,
look, that's what fucking Suri did.
yeah, Andy was it? Was that person's name?
It was the Bachelor, right?
Ari. Well, she banished Ari. Yeah. She was like,
Yeah,
yeah,
but that's who she was there at the end with. Like
right,
she took
exactly.
him out, but which is even more impressive. But
No,
like
absolutely do that.
that was her guy.
Yes. Um, so what about Wes in this? Did you notice he was wearing a suit the whole episode?
Yeah, yeah. Wes continues to get a few things wrong, just like wrong reads on
What's he
shit.
wrong about? He's right about Boston Rob being a traitor.
He is, but there were other. I mean, like he was wrong about Carolyn, and he was wrong
Everyone's
about.
wrong about her.
I know you're right. I don't know. He's sort of all over the place, but it's fun to watch him do this. I mean, honestly, if I hadn't ever watched an episode of The Traders and you told me the premise of the show and you were like, which challenge player could thrive in this environment? I would my answer number one is Wes.
Same.
So it's fun to watch him.
Absolutely. And I like him and Derek as a team. It seems like they're definitely on to Rob. Like they seem to know
Yeah.
each other, are faithful, and it seems like they're thinking one of the three of them probably
Right.
came in as a
It
traitor.
stands to reason.
That's what I would think too. And
Mm-hmm.
they're on him. And Derek ended the episode like Rob better kill me if he's smart, or I'm coming after him. And there was that guy. I always forget that guy's name at the round table. Like if Boston Rob's alive next round, I'm going after Boston Rob. Who's that guy? Is that Britney's ex boyfriend? Britney Spears?
Oh, that guy, Sam.
Sam, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's going to target Boston Rob. I
Yeah.
think next episode could be the episode. I think just because he didn't get any votes this episode doesn't really mean anything.
We'll
They're
see.
waiting.
I think like Danielle I would agree with you normally. Like
Mhm.
Rob's move was really risky and could backfire on him real fast. And I think it probably would have, except Danielle is such a disaster.
Yeah.
I think there's a way Rob and Carolyn could turn it around on Danielle and save themselves
Because Derek is suspicious of her too because of the
and take the
challenge.
sus off of him. Did Boston Rob? Do you think he played Among Us during the pandemic?
I think you just watch the
Everything's.
traders.
Do they say that? Put
They
the
say that.
sus on him.
They say that, yeah. I think it's probably just that. He might have played though. He has five daughters that were all like in middle school around the time.
It's like Among Us. It's true.
I I don't know, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, Wes and Derek. I think one of them is probably gonna get killed in this go around.
That's the smart move.
I think they're too good and they're clearly going after him.
You,
There was
I,
that
you,
guy Ivar told on Wes. He told Boston Rob that way Wes said it was probably you.
yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
sucks.
I want to say something. I love Boston Rob. I want to say something I thought he did poorly in this episode.
Okay.
All right. He goes back to the turret after the Bob the Drag Queen move. Okay. He's got heat all over him from Danielle and Carolyn. And they're talking about who to murder. Okay.
Mhm.
Danielle's got an idea. Carolyn's got an idea. Rob says no. to both of their ideas and insists on his own idea.
Yeah.
I think in that moment, after doing what you did to
Blend
Bob,
back in.
let's make sure they know you're part of the team. Just go like Carolyn, good idea. Like, it doesn't matter who they murder, like whatever.
Yeah, you just got your way in a huge way. You don't need to
Yeah,
strong arm them. Yeah, that's a good point.
yeah.
Totally, totally. Yeah, Danielle. Well, he does the thing like if you're not with me, you're against me. So Danielle is just like, all right, Rob, whatever you want. Because if you start fighting against him, then he's gonna
No, no,
fucking take you out.
I understand that, but like Carolyn, homie, don't play that. Like she's like chaotic, and so like I think in that moment, if Carolyn is stepping up and saying a name in that turret, just do that.
Yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree. But that's not who Boston Rob is. He has to have
Yeah, I know.
control over everything. Um. So that's that. Who do you think they're gonna murder?
Well, I think you probably have it right on, like
What?
Derek or Wes.
Yeah. Um. Anything else from this episode? I feel like not that much.
Oh, great season, enjoying it.
Can I tell you some names I want to see on the channel on the
Oh yeah,
traders?
go ahead.
I got too many, but Dr. Will, obviously, Vanessa from Big Brother. I think she'd be incredible as a
You'd be
faithful
good.
aura trader. She would
Yeah,
be losing her mind. Entertainment. Tyson, got to get Tyson on the traders. Come on,
that
what are we
would be
doing?
a big win. Yeah,
Colby and Jerry. This has been on Twitter for a few years
same season.
because they did three survivors together.
Yeah,
You got it.
yeah.
I feel the same about Amanda and
Parvati.
no, the guy,
Oh,
Gravedigger.
James.
James Clement.
Yeah,
I think they would be fun too. Russell Hance. I think we
of
should just do
course.
it. Come on. Why are we being so precious for?
It, put him on there
Put him on there.
right now.
Ashley Mitchell from the challenge. I think she would be
Ooh,
gold.
I love that. I love that.
Michelle Fitzgerald would be good, or Natalie Anderson. I think either of them. Killer Cam, put her in the Traders
I can see
Castle.
that. Yeah.
Ian Terry,
Ian.
Enzo, Mr. Spectacular. I think it'd be fun.
Oh my God.
Andy Herron has been
You're
begging for
starting to
years.
lose me.
Oh,
Andy Herron, yes.
he's been begging. Malcolm Freeberg. How about let's get Malcolm back on
Yeah.
TV?
Where's Malcolm?
Where's Malcolm been? I think he got married a few years ago.
Did he? Good
Kim
for
or
him.
Sophie, they would be fun. Either of those
Yep.
two as a
Yep.
faithful aura trader. Josh Martinez,
Yes.
gotta get him in there. Steven or Rob, I think they'd be fun. Either of the know-it-alls. Rob's talked about wanting to do it, so I think that'd be cool. Polly Calafiore, we've had Cody, gotta get Polly. Caitlin
I say
Herman,
Cara Maria.
but some of the challenge people I think of as like athletes. Like if you're such an athlete, what do you have to
Me
give?
too, but she's a maniac.
That's why I picked Ashley Mitchell.
No, Ashley Mitchell's perfect because she's strategic.
Who's
But
the devil? Who does that? What's her name?
Amanda,
Amanda.
yeah,
I have to get Amanda. That's a bad
she'd be
oversight
good.
by me.
Mm.
Caitlin Herman, the girl who couldn't solve the puzzle on Big Brother 20.
You don't need to explain to me who Caitlin Herman is.
You got to get her. I loved her. I like had a weird crush
Oh,
on
by the
Caitlin
way,
Herman.
I had a normal crush on Caitlin Herman. But by the way, checked out the Big Brother NSFW last night.
Oh yeah, you can finally look.
Saw Tucker and Rabina, baby.
Oh my goodness. The prophecy fulfilled. I think Veronica or Tina from the challenge.
Okay.
I think that they would be great. Dominic Abate, remember him from Survivor?
Yeah.
They brought back Wendell for the winter season, but Dominic couldn't do that. DJ Showtime.
DJ Showtime.
How about that?
Put Angela on there.
She's next on my list.
Okay,
Angela.
well.
I wrote Mike White. You think he would do it?
He's too big now, like the White Lotus and shit.
And he did Survivor because he's like friends with Jeff, and he's a
And he's
Survivor
like
specific
he's a
fan.
big Survivor obsessive. Yeah.
I'm not sure if it would translate, but it would be good. I think the Miz or John Morrison, they've done the challenge in Survivor. Get them
wrestlers. Who do you put on there after Nikki Bella?
Yeah,
who's another wrestler? Miz and Morrison are good choices.
You think Cena
for sure? He's way too big.
Way too big?
I'm trying to think of like. Shut up. I'm trying to think of someone that's like known by people. Like the Miz is perfect. Like
Seth
people know
Rollins,
who the Miz.
somebody like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Logan
That.
Paul.
Oh God. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. We probably will start getting like YouTuber, Twitch streamers in here.
Probably. Yeah. How about we're doing bachelors.
Yeah.
I think number one, you get Caitlin Bristow on there.
Love it. Fucking love it.
Okay.
Yes, 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 yes. And Nick, the same, put them both in there at the same time.
Who's Nick?
Nick Viall.
Oh my God, Nick Viall. He
Get
should
it?
totally be on
Here, try to
there.
fuck the traders. It'd be
He's a
incredible.
no, no. He's like settled down now.
No one settled
He
though.
has a podcast with his lady, the
Doesn't
Viall
she have a
Files.
podcast too? Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
Uh,
Does the
I
Caitlyn
don't
have one
know.
too? I feel like Caitlyn has one.
Caitlin Bristow, yeah, I don't know. Like it's up and down because she used to do it with Jason Tardik, who she was dating for a long time, and now they're not together anymore.
Mm. I got a few more names. Nicole Franzel, put her in there. Tyler Crispin, remember Tyler, Big Brother?
Yeah, I could take her or leave him.
All right, I love Tyler. Paul Abrahamian, your favorite.
Yes, yes.
Frankie Grande. His sister's just nominated for an Oscar.
Here's the good thing about Frankie Grande is he could probably get along with the housewives and shit just as well as he can get along with like the gamer people.
I think he could win. You should. He was my standout of reindeer games. Coming out of reindeer games, my number one thing was I want more Frankie Grande. That was my number one thought. I'm not kidding.
Wow.
I
He's
absolutely loved
shone
him.
bright like a Frankie.
Brighter than I've ever seen before.
Wow. Amazing.
So those are a few people that I want.
I like it. It was fun.
More than a few. That was a lot of people.
Yeah.
But there we go. There's traders for this week. There's only one episode, so
Yeah. We'll be back next week to talk about episode 6.
that's right.
Oh, I think we have comments on the traders.
Oh shit. Great job. We have a question here from two questions. Oh, who's worse at being a trader, Danielle or Dan? I think probably Dan.
And I think Danielle.
Yeah, I
Although
think
time will tell.
Yeah, I don't know how far Dan made it. Just love, and then Ross Beck says, just love how Boston Rob had all the heat on him and didn't end up getting a single vote at the roundtable. He's on another level.
No
We'll
one's
see.
on the level of the devil. Oh, MJF. That's a wrestler who could do it.
He'd be cool. I know who
Yeah.
that is.
Yeah.
What about the Big Show?
Sure,
You can
why
play
not?
it anytime he comes into breakfast. Well, it's the Big Show. That'd be good.
Well, it's a breakfast.
It's some bacon and eggs. My cats are fighting each other. This is crazy. We have to end the podcast.
Okay.
Anything else, Daniel?
Nope.